Kirk, you said yesterday you wanted to see from Zack the same thing that you saw from Trevor.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Zack's performance?
I mean, from a numbers perspective, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. I thought he did really good with his secondary, and we've been challenging him to push the baseball down. And I think at the very end he got a little bit tired. The ball started coming up a little bit on him, but sometimes in basketball, if you're and if you're not shooting the ball the way you want to, all you need is sometimes it's like one ball goes through the hoop, and then all of a sudden now it relaxes you a little bit. Hoop gets a little bit bigger, and I think sometimes with newer players, there's a little bit of that too. Just seeing yourself be successful, and I thought that was awesome by Zack. And then I thought it was really great at the very end, with Mason in a 4-0 game. Last time he had pitched, I don't remember last time he pitched. It's been a couple weeks, and so we had worked on some stuff in the bullpen, and he put it into play, and that was as good as I've seen him in terms of not fighting himself from a mechanical standpoint. So that was really good to see. His velocity was back up. The breaking ball he landed. So that was a good sign as well.
Fastball slider. Did he have a third pitch that he threw tonight?
No.
Okay. Just the slider was getting up to 88.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he throws it harder. Sometimes he backs off it a little bit. He'll change the shape a little bit, but for the most part, it's the same pitch. Sometimes he catches it right. Sometimes he doesn't.
2 fairly clean innings from Mason Bixby tonight.
Yeah.
Sitting 97, 98 with his fastball, and it was like 93, 94 the last few times. What did you see from him tonight?
Well, like I said, I mean, we spent, when was it? We spent last Thursday, I think it was, throwing a pen and working on some stuff mechanically to, I always feel like he kind of fights himself, very cross-bodied, huge human being. And when you're cross-bodied and angled, when you drive to the plate and you're angled behind the right-handed batter, it takes a lot to get yourself back on track. And so, I think he was a little bit more in line, which I think freed him up to be able to have a little bit quicker arm and the ball to hop out of his hand a little bit more. So, like I said, the bright spots for sure for these last 2 games are, seeing those 3 guys, obviously other guys as well, but seeing Baumler, seeing James, and seeing Bixby, who those 3 hadn't really got a lot of run in terms of being out there on the mound, and having them be super successful was great. It was a really good 18 innings of from the mound.
Yeah, you guys shut them out, and they were a top 15 RBI team. What does it mean to see your pitching staff just kind of finally click it all together for 2 midweek games?
Well, I mean that's, when you schedule these midweek games in September and October, it's like, man, it's going to be great. We'll have double midweek. We'll get some guys who haven't been able to pitch, more opportunities, and then when it comes, you're like, holy cow, we got like 9 games in 8 days or whatever it is, or 8 games in 10 days, and then next thing you know, you don't have as many long outings the week leading up to it, so now you're really taxed a little bit. But it was good to see. I think they hit 320 as a team coming into it, and they played a pretty good schedule in terms of who they played and have been successful. So it was really good to be able to see our guys execute a game plan consistently, each and every guy that went out there. So positive signs, but again, you can't really, other than the positivity in terms of the guys that had success, it doesn't carry over. We don't get to start the game next week, on this Friday with 4 shutout innings. You got to go earn it. But it was nice to see the guys that haven't been getting a ton of opportunities have success. 2nd through
the 7th inning, you got the leadoff runner on base every inning. Just how good was that to see to put pressure on them a little bit?
Yeah, I think we didn't. I thought yesterday we swung the bats pretty good. I think today, it was kind of mediocre. I think, but they did a really good job. I mean, sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opponent and mixing pitches, and you're seeing a different guy. I mean, they threw, 7 guys today, so you're seeing a different guy each time, and they were mixing speeds well. And we set the table, and now it's a matter of kind of getting the big hit. And obviously, Stroh had, kind of the big hit with the double off the wall to score too. So I'm glad he's on our team.
Chase Brunson, you talked briefly about it yesterday. He was out tonight. Will he be good for this weekend?
Yeah, getting him off his feet. The plan was to play in the field yesterday and then DH today, and then with him not feeling good yesterday, took him out of the game, got him off his feet. gave him a day off today. We'll see where he's at when we get to Houston on Thursday. My guess is it's not going to be an issue.
Caden, any
Yeah, came in through a great bullpen today, and he'll be on schedule to start this weekend. Yeah.
All right, Zach, walk us through your outing tonight. 5 good innings, shutout, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, I think we just had a really good game plan. Really helped it. Baumler threw really strong 7 innings yesterday, and he kind of told me what I should do. Focus, work the ball down, work secondaries, and yeah, I feel like we just had a really good game plan going into it.
You were known in high school for really just pounding the strike zone, throwing a ton of strikes, and we saw that again tonight. But Kirk said he's working on keeping the ball down with you. How do you feel that you're making progress in that regard?
Yeah, it's been something I've been working in catch play, bullpens, just every single day, kind of trying to get a little bit better at. High school level, I didn't have to worry about as much, but face some really good teams right now. So just kind of work it into every day, and then it's starting to translate more in games.
to see Trevor Baumler go out there yesterday and have the performance he did? That kind of fired you up leading into today.
Oh yeah, it gave me so much confidence. Seeing him go 7 strong yesterday against good hitting team, we knew that coming in. So, he just came in yesterday, walked in the field today, and he said, "Go get him. You got this," and all confidence.
You think about the freshman arms on this team with you and Trevor and Nate and Brassfield, and then also bats like Strohs. Just talk about the freshman class and how fun it is to see a bunch of you guys contributing in your freshman year.
Our class is awesome. It's so loaded. It's awesome to see all these guys contribute so much. With them in the summer, I know these guys really well. I knew a lot of them beforehand, and it's awesome to see so many people incorporated, and we're gonna be really good. Yeah.
With that defense behind you, the play Jack Bell made at their base tonight, how is it being able to fill up the strike zone knowing that they're behind you?
Yeah, just like you said, it feels like I could just attack more. I don't have to worry about nibbling, getting strikeouts almost. I can just attack, keep the pitch down low, just get weak contact, and I got amazing fielders, all 9 of them behind me, 8 of them, so just attack, yeah.
The trip to Texas Tech this weekend, do you think that's kind of when you started feeling a little bit better about how the season's been? You had 1 scoreless inning.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a talk with our strength coach, or our mental coach. I had to talk with Coach Saarloos, and it kind of got me back on track, mentally especially, kind of get after it more. And I felt like I was then, and then more confidence leading up to today.
Thanks,
Awesome.
All right, Sawyer had the big triple tonight. When did you know you were getting to third? Because normally we don't see triples off the wall to left field like that.
I saw it take a big kick. Didn't know at first how far it was coming off, but saw the left fielder start to hit a run. So I was like, I think I can beat him to the bag.
You've been moved up to the two spot in the lineup. How have you been adjusting to it? Was there any adjustment period at all for you, or is it just another at bat?
A lot of my life I've been in the 2-hole. I like being there. I like being to hit early in the games, and so it was a little bit of adjustment just from where I was earlier in the season, but I think I've got onto it pretty well.
You enjoyed the opportunity to play a little center field midweek this week?
Of course, yeah. I've always been a center fielder, and I just feel really comfortable out there. So it's been fun, but we need Brunson back, so I'm good and right.
You didn't tell him you were going to come for his spot or anything like that?
No.
You're hitting .528 with runners in scoring position this season, just absurd numbers. How much pride do you take in being able to just deliver when your team needs it the most?
Well, those guys getting on base in front of me is a big thing. So I feel like I owe it to them to score and get us rolling. So I take a lot of pride in that.
When you think about just the progress the freshman class has made from the start of the season to now, how cool is it to see so many guys in your year contributing to this team?
It's great. We got a lot of competitors. Started off hitting a little slow, but once we got in our groove, we've done really well, and our pitching's just been great.
How fun is it to be able to play the outfield with Noah Franco right next to you as well?
Oh, it's great. Me and Noah are really close, and close in the lineup too. So we feed off each other's energy. Really fun to play with him.
Big series in Houston this weekend. What do you guys got to do to kind of get on track first? You've been winning the Friday night games. What do you got to do to win Friday and Saturday?
We just gotta stay on the pedal, play all 9 innings, get ahead early, and just take good at bats.